So today on Denis, we're concentrating on sound and soundproofing. Yeah, so welcome back to the Dadskillz car channel. We're back on Denis again, my Type R Honda, and we're spending some time on the inside. Let me show you what we're going to do. One job today is rip this out. It's already coming, as it were. So I've never taken one of these apart before. It doesn't look like it's going to be that much hassle, to be fair. This needs to go. When I bought this home, I couldn't see anything on there, and it's really complicated. So we're going to go, for the minute, just with a single din and a little cubby below it. The single din came out of the Mini. Denis needs to earn his double din, nice Pioneer stereo. He hasn't earned that at the moment. He's costing me a fortune. Now, also, with Denis being roadworthy, kind of, he's certainly got MOT and all his bits attached, but he's not a great looker at the moment. But being roadworthy, we could, if we wanted to, take passengers in him. So we need to do something about all this stuff we've got in the back. So let's make a start on that. At some point, it's going to need just a little bit of rust remedy in these places, but that's not for today. We need to get this parcel shelf, it's like a split level thing, back in. And the reason I took it out, I shall insert a video of that now. Fortunately, no rust. So with Denis becoming some kind of mobile spa, what I've done is I've actually cut these off, because if any water gets in here, I want it to stay in there and not wick its way up these things. This is not a show car. It just has to work. At some point, we're going to get to the root of where the water's coming in, but that's not for today. So we need to empty this and get this shelf back in. So I left the bolts in here, which I can't get out, bear with me. So in the bottom of here, they put like a bag in the bottom, and all it did was hold the water. It was bonkers. So that went. The carpet on top, which was like this little piece of material, just that square, that went, that was bogging. But this thing, I actually jet washed off, and it turned out really well. So that was cool. And then this goes something like that. Then there's this bit of trim. Go there. Nice. The last little bit of trim. Sort of goes down like that. And then this. Yes, nice. Okay, so back inside, let's see if I can try and record this properly for you. But I don't know whether this... I should have looked online, really. I've not looked at anything yet to see how you do it, but it's so close. I wonder if it's like the Heidi, the CRV, whether you have to pop this out first or something. You see that? Lifts up. And then we have a couple of screws on top. 3 screws are out, and it comes out exactly how you'd think it would. Please don't tell me. Oh, God. They're all connections in there, for God's sake. Well, that's got the Connects 2 thing in it. Oh, look at that. Do we not need those? I'm going to unplug these. I think this is the bit that I've got new. This is the bit that'll stay with this head unit. I wonder if that's why. There we go. Look. Ha! That's why the Connects 2 thing didn't work. It wasn't plugged in properly. I did notice the other day when I was trying with the boy, the hazards didn't work, and I totally just took this straight out, not thinking, but this came straight out, so I'm hoping it's just a case of plugging that back in. So on the radio, now the next thing I'm hoping is that the actual cage can stay in there, and that, what does this thing do? Does that screw straight through? Nice. There's something for eBay, as you know. We have this thing, this cage, which I want to try and get out of there, because we have that one. Now, does that fit in the front or not? No, so they'll have to be fitted like that one on the back. Okay, we've had to do something we don't do a lot of on this channel, and that is proper bodging. None of these things worked, and this has to work. This is the one that's going in for the time being. It has to work and it has to stay in there. So we managed to get the cubby in the bottom and the radio at the top, and I had to, in the end, use these things that came with it and stick it to it with this double-sided tape, but not obviously not take this bit of the tape off. And it's really quite strong. I tried screws and things, but obviously through here you can see the screws and you'll touch it with your hand, so that's not ideal. But I think that's going to have to do us. I like to normally get the proper stuff. Like this fascia is obviously a cheapo. It looks all right, but it's obviously a cheapo one. The hole here just isn't the right size, but it's going to look okay, I think. Should we take that off there for the minute? That's obviously factory aerial. Back of the stereo. But it comes round to, splices into this red one, which is interesting. But sorry, you can see that. Right, that's the old stuff gone. Now, if you ever want anything for your car, in-car tech are the best. Because you can go on Amazon and pick up a harness for like £6, but it'll have loads of stuff missing. And it'll do the job, but not very well. In-car tech is who you want. I must read the instructions in here because I think you need to connect this with the ignition off. Make sure the ignition supply is off, which it is, isn't it? Is that right? It doesn't say disconnect the battery. Connect the supplied patch lead to the controller interface before connecting anything else. So that is that. Is that it? That's it, right. Oh, I've actually got to check on mine. Has this got the interface on it? What's WR stand for? Because the one in the wife's car had that connection, but I don't know if this has got it. Right, let's plug these leads in. That's an obvious one. I've had a little think, and I've had a little play, and I've taken off this aerial thing, and then this is on the radio. Put that in there. That can then... Which one was it on? That one. Right, if that works, we'll tape that over. I'm not sure where that goes to. So I've plugged this system into there. Whatever WR is, I'm sure it must be something to do with the controls on the steering wheel. That's then plugged into that. And then this is quite clever. This lead splits off and it goes into like sort of the analog place, and it goes into the DAB. Let's try it out, shall we, and see if we've got radio at all. Aha. Can you hear that? We have some sort of radio. Will we find anything? Right, we'll turn that down. Can we turn it up? Oh, we can. We can. Let me just turn you around a little bit. Here we go. Jeremy Vine, or whatever his name is. Oh, the controls work on the steering wheel. That's brilliant. That now means I can actually make the time up here go to where it should be, the time and date. Brilliant. Mode works. Oh, yes. Aux, BT audio, fantastic. Right, I'm going to put this back together. Doesn't that want to go in? What am I doing here? Something here. Stopping it. What would that be? That's better. Look at that, look. That's much better. Right, screw it back in the top. God, it's annoying when people mess around with cars. He says, having just multi-tooled his car. But, Jesus Christ. Have a little bit of something. A little bit of pride. It does annoy me because if you... This is going to sound bonkers now, but if you really wanted to be horrible to a car, you'd do the same as you did to a person. And like, to kill a car, this is going to sound bonkers, but to kill a car is easy. You know, you can scrap a car. But if you really wanted to punish a car, like you'd punish a person, you know, you do horrible things to it, nasty mods to it, and like really ruin it. But keep it going. I know that it sounds bonkers, but... And it's just so annoying. Why you'd even... Ah, there we go, look. So these are the clips it's meant to have on the other side of that fascia. And even some of these are missing. This is why I get these cars, because I feel sorry for them. They make no sense financially at all. And we've got a video coming up on Freddie. Where even though Freddie gets absolutely battered, he gets looked after. And he gets treated properly, like Dennis will do. Just out of interest. Now we have no live to it when the ignition is off. Does that mean I'll lose time every single time? So I've set the time, and then the ignition is off, and this doesn't work when the ignition is off. So let's turn the ignition on and see if the time, don't need it on that one, if the time has actually stayed stored. Oh, it's coming on.
You know, he's brought up, you know.
Oh, there we go. Looks like when it comes back, the clock has stayed going. Excellent. So what else have we done inside this? I don't know if you remember, but I've thrown it out now. This was grotty inside, didn't work. Got a new one, it was like $6.99. Plumbed it in. We've had to open this hole up a little bit, but now we have working chargy thing in the car, which is brilliant. The other thing we need to have a look at is this. This is the actual gear knob I bought for Freddie, and it just couldn't get it to work in there, but in here it works an absolute treat. It's bigger, you can grab hold of it. I've actually sold the other one, and one day we'll do a little video on what I've sold stuff for and what I've bought for this car. The figures will be, I was going to say interesting, but maybe something like heartbreaking. So we have, in all this detritus, we have that to go on. Seems to be a product, oh there we go, of the previous gear knob. Okay, it's actually quite a nice aluminium thing, that, isn't it? That can go down there. We've put the old retaining thing back on. Now whether I just need to smarten these up a bit and pull these tabs over something. Like that one over there, maybe. Okay, so that's back in. This thing just, you locate it here first and then push it in. It's fine, it's brilliant, works well. So, I haven't felt the need to cable tie in there and hold that steady. I don't think I need to. This has still got a bit of, it can go down. Now on the previous one it was actually getting in the way. I don't think. Nah, I think it's fine, doesn't it? Brilliant. And the last thing, before I forget, I've had this sat around for ages, some proper floor mats. I like these, rubber. Excellent things. I actually sold the previous ones because they're worth a fortune, and those things have got to go. Well, that's it from the Dadskillz car channel. Again, today we've made a real difference. I think we've got this in. We fixed that we didn't even know wasn't working when we first got it. This looks great. The floor mats look great. This works. Brilliant. Yeah, so thanks again for watching the Dadskillz car channel today. Now, if you've liked what you've seen and you want to support me, whilst I try and bring the money pit that is this Type R back to some semblance of roadworthiness, then there are channel memberships available. They're available on the screen somewhere, and there's also super thanks, things like that. That really helps. But the biggest thing you can do to help this channel is press the like button, share this video with your friends who are into cars, give me some advice, leave me some comments and top tips, leave me some of your experiences in the comments below. That would be fabulous. I really want to get this channel where we're sort of self-funding, and then who knows what projects we can move on to in the future. So that's it for today. I'm sure I will see you in the next one. Maybe doing something to Freddie.